Too risky, that's what prompted Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga to delay the reopening of schools. That's after a meeting held with the Council of Education, governing bodies and unions of schools. A report submitted to her listed several concerns and problematic areas.
So as a result of those reports, as I say, we took a decision to say, let's use this week to mop up. But it's a decision we took very late on Saturday when we had our final report. And there were different views to say, why don't we let the schools that are ready to proceed, because it will kill the momentum if we say they must not proceed, and focus on the schools that were not ready, because some will be ready at different times. I'm giving an example of Ivory Park. The principal said, at least by Tuesday, I'll be ready to teach. The principal of Olive and Holt said, I'll be ready by Wednesday. So which means we're all unready. But the decision was that there were other key factors around safety for the coronavirus which have not been satisfied, like water. Therefore, it will be risky to have a blanket opening of schools.
Also, with that briefing by the Education Minister Motshekga saying today that she's apologising for the last-minute cancellation of the education briefing that was meant for Sunday evening. She's explained how that came about. Take a listen.
On Saturday, we had the CEM, and after the CEM, we met with our unions, the governing bodies, but also received our reports. And we met for almost the whole day on Saturday. And the decision that we took on Saturday forced me to use Sunday to do a series of consultations, because on Saturday we had taken the decision not to receive learners today. But it had major implications for the sector because it was very late by the time that decision was taken. There were learners which were on the way to schools, especially from outside provinces. There were principals who were not aware of the decision that we took on Saturday, so I spent almost the whole of Sunday consulting. So as I said, I was forced into a number of consultations with a number of key stakeholders who have a direct interest in basic education, and resulting in challenges for me to continue with the press briefing we had planned. Because I didn't want principals to first hear from the media that they can't receive learners before we speak to them directly. So I had to engage with Association of School Principals. I had to engage with leadership of schools, both private and independent, because they were also using the date, and they are not part of the public system, and they had to be told already by Sunday that there was a decision that we had taken on Saturday. I also had to communicate to get into a meeting for South African Human Rights Commission, because itself also was threatening interdiction, so I had to also spend time with them. I also had to spend time with organizations representing learners with special needs. And I really want to repeat that I really wish to apologize wholeheartedly for the inconvenience that was caused yesterday. But it was beyond my control, because I had to make sure that all key stakeholders are informed in time so that they can mitigate all the challenges which have been brought by the decision that we took very late on Saturday.
Here's the Basic Education Minister again outlining how teaching between different provinces will work.
In terms of the movement of people between provinces, because we have teachers coming from Eastern Cape teaching in Northern Cape, or teachers from Eastern Cape teaching in Western Cape. So in terms of the movement of people between provinces, metropolitan areas and districts, there will be a permit issued for officials and educators under alert level 3, which means from today. We have to commute to and from work on a daily basis. And these permits will be issued by the heads of department or a delegated official. There will be a certificate issued to learners who have to commute to and from on a daily basis, which will be issued by a principal of a school. For instance, in your area like Parades, where kids study in the Val, again, there must be a permit which is issued, and the issuing of the certificate must be done in compliance with the regulations. And even a person transporting a learner to school must also be issued with a permit. So again, the drivers themselves who drive kids up and down to school, they must have a permit. The regulations are also saying all extramural events at schools, including sports, choral estate fort or choral rehearsals, arts and other cultural festivals, remain suspended.